Hi everybody, what's up? Welcome to another flight attendant vlog. I hope you guys are having a great day so far, because I am not. So as most of you know, I am on reserve this month, and I had standby earlier this month, but I have not flown. There have not been that many flights since COVID, so I have not flown. I've just served airport standby, where basically I just wait at the airport for a flight. So I was on reserve all month, and today is Tuesday the 30th, and I'm almost done with reserve. I served airport standby again yesterday, but still have not flown, and today I was on call from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. and I almost got off scotch-free, but nope. And I kind of figured this was gonna happen because the end of the month is always the worst. You always get used at the end of the month. They called me at 2 o'clock to fly a 2-day trip. It is a transcon trip, which means transcontinental. So it goes from JFK's New York City to LAX International Airport in Los Angeles. So we are gonna go on the Airbus 321 Transcon, and I am the number 2 flight attendant, which means I am in charge of main cabin galley. Now, the only thing with this is, I don't know what the heck's going on. I don't know, since I haven't flown. The last time I flew was April 6th. So it has been almost 3 months since I stepped on a plane. That is the longest I have ever gone without not being on a plane since I got this job. So I know on domestic flights, we aren't doing a service, but since this is a transcon flight and it is like a 6-hour flight, I think we are still doing something. I hope some of my other crew members have flown recently and they know what the heck we're supposed to be doing, because there's 6 of us on this plane. So there's 6 flight attendants. It's pretty big. I'm about to leave here. My sign-in's at 5 p.m. so I'm gonna leave here around 3:30. Gives me plenty of time to get there. Yeah, well, you will see how this goes. I hope I can vlog some for you guys. I'm about to head out, grab some coffee, and be on my way to JFK, and we are going to LA. All right, you guys, I just got to JFK. There was some traffic. Like I told you guys, I am doing a transcon today, and these type of flights tend to go very, very, very senior. People at my seniority, so I only have 2 years, you will never get scheduled these types of trips. You really only get on these trips if you get called on reserve, or if someone drops it to you, or you pick it up, or whatever it may be, just because they're really desirable flights. High time, one leg there, one leg back. So it tends to go very, very, very senior. So I have not flown a transcon since my first trip in New York City. So for those of you who don't know, I was based in Washington, D.C. When I first started, and then I transferred to New York like almost a year in. I think like it was like 9 months in, I transferred to New York. My first flight in New York was a transcon flight. I have not worked one since then. So that just kind of goes to show like how often I fly those. I obviously don't get them on my schedule. I could probably pick it up if I wanted to, but I just never have. So it's a super long flight, you guys. I wonder if it's up. Let's see how long it is. JFK to LA, we leave at 6 and we land at 9:15 LA time. So that is really 12:15 New York time. Hopefully we're early. Hopefully there's not a lot of traffic going on up in the sky. So wish me luck that this flight goes well, and I will see you guys soon. We just got to the room. We have the bathroom over here, glass shower, a nice robe, and then we got 1 bed. I like 2 beds, but we'll settle for 1. 1 bed, a nice big TV, and a couch. So I woke up around 8 o'clock. I think my body was on New York time, but even then I still got plenty of sleep because I went to bed at like 11. So plenty of sleep, woke up at 8, I didn't show you guys the view yesterday because I got in so late. I don't know what that is. We are literally like at the airport. I don't know if you guys can see. There's this literally planes taxiing right now. Oh, there's my plane. Planes are taxiing and then the terminal is over there. So we are literally right next to the airport. 11:15 LA time. Pickup is at 11:40. So I have about like 20 minutes till I have to head down there. I am just not feeling it this morning. I went downstairs and got my coffee. So luckily I had coffee today. Yesterday I had no coffee, which like never happens for me. I always have a coffee before I fly. So yeah, so today we leave at 1. We land back in New York around 9:30 p.m. So it shouldn't be that bad. It's usually shorter going back. So coming here was almost 6 hours. So going back should hopefully be like under 5.5 hours. Hopefully the tailwinds are in our favor. I just want to get home and get some rest. But yes, when I get home, that marks the end of my reserve month. I am done with reserve in June. And July, I have a flight schedule. So I think I have like 5 2-day trips. So you guys will be able to come along with me on those. I think my next trip isn't until July 7th. So next week I'll have a trip. I think it's like a Wednesday, Thursday trip. And I'll be with my buddy Bitter, so you guys will be able to say hi to him as well. They'll probably be a bit more eventful because I will be with my buddy Bitter, and we typically tend to do things, whether it be hang out in the room or go for a walk or whatever it may be. You guys will be able to see a little bit more of like what we do on layovers, because I know for sure I'll be doing something with him, so that'll be really great. There was a cap on all of our flights. I believe it was an 80% cap where you couldn't fill the flight more than 80% capacity. And that lifted today. Today is July 1st, so that is completely lifted. So all the seats can be taken. And I know that a lot of people are kind of upset that they don't have the opportunity to social distance on flights. The reality is that if you do not want to risk your health and sit close to somebody, I would not travel unless you absolutely have to. There are less flights, so the flights that are operating are going to have more people. And unfortunately, to keep our economy going, we have to book those flights as much as we can. It's just a really tough time right now. The airlines are trying to figure it out, but if you do travel, just please try not to get upset with your flight attendants if you are sitting next to somebody, because right now at this time, that's the risk you're taking. So I would try to refrain from traveling at all, because it's impossible to really regulate every single flight to make sure that there's space. We have to keep going and we have to keep flying and getting people to where they need to go. So just wash your hands, wear your mask. Everyone's doing really great on the flights. I had no issues yesterday with people wearing masks. Sorry, I had to check the time. Everyone wore it unless you were eating or drinking. Everyone was really great. They complied, they understood. We are like deep cleaning our planes after every flight, but by all means, feel free to bring your own wipes, wipe down your area, your seat, your tray table, whatever you may be using. Feel free to use the lavs as much as possible. Wash your hands. So just make sure you're taking precautions if you have to fly. I know I am. My hands are so dry. I've been washing them like every 10 minutes. After I do anything, I wash them, and they are screaming for moisturizer. We are gonna head on this flight back to New York City. I'm so excited to go home. Let's hope it goes well, and I will talk to you guys soon. we're done. Oh my gosh, my ears literally hurt so bad. I had that mask on for like 7-8 hours straight. All in all, the trip was fine. The crew was really nice. They were all really great, so that made it a bit better. But it was just so long, you guys. With the service being different, we still do a beverage service and just a snack, but like no meals or anything. Just the whole thing, the whole vibe was just off. Yesterday the passengers were fine. Nobody was really like having an issue. But going home, we had one in particular that was really upset we weren't serving alcohol, but that's across the board. Like, no one is serving alcohol in main cabin. It's just what the airlines have decided to do, and we just have to enforce that. We're not even catered alcohol in the back, so even if I wanted to, I couldn't give it to anybody. So he was upset about that. And then there was another instance where we were in flight and someone was on their phone making a phone call, and for those of you who don't know, you cannot do that. It is in the safety demo, it is in the safety card in your seat back pocket. It is a FAA regulation, no phone calls while you are in flight. Yes, we have Wi-Fi, but that is to browse the internet and the internet only. And someone decided to take advantage of that and make a phone call, like with like wireless calling. Yeah, can't do that. So luckily it was handled, like they complied. But I honestly feel like I just worked a 3-day. I feel so beat. Like, you know, I haven't worked in 3 months, so coming back to work, you have to adjust to it. And I'm sure, like, for those of you who have been working from home, and then if you go back, it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be a weird adjustment, but I'm just glad that I made it back safely. The flight went well. I know that this vlog wasn't as interesting. I didn't really do anything on my layover, but like I said, next month I have a full schedule. I'm flying, I think, 5 trips with my buddy bidder, Roger. So when I'm with my buddy bidder, we tend to do things. So I will definitely bring you guys along on those trips. So as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are staying safe out there. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.